How do you reduce post-harvest losses? Hello guys, welcome back again today. Don't forget, it's your favorite farmer Kate. If you're not following us, you're missing. That's all I can say. So today's topic, we want to discuss how you can reduce post-harvest losses. What are the strategies, what are the things you should do to avoid losses for your produce that's after harvesting, post-harvest losses after harvesting. So now let's even discuss what post-harvest losses are. It's a major challenge in the agricultural sector. It leads to it reduces food availability, and it causes losses for farmers. And because most times it's actually farmers that experience most of the post-harvest losses, because if you don't know how to maximize what they have, turn it into something else, they run into loss. So now, to minimize these losses, we're going to share step-by-step practical step that can help you minimize your post-harvest losses, right? So the first thing you need to do after harvesting is proper storage method. So like this storage method, now there are different ways of storing your farm produce. Storage is it's very crucial to maintain crop quality and of course to prevent spoilage after harvesting. There are many ways you can store up your farm produce. You have the drying before storage, which means that proper drying reduces the moisture content. Once the moisture content is reduced, of course you are sure of it not getting spoiled quick. For instance, even if you're into fish farming, right, if after harvesting, if you're doing water harvesting for fish, after harvesting you know that you cannot leave your fish for too long, so you can dry it before you store it up. This cuts across other farm produce, grains, nuts, and even tubers. You can dry them before you store it up. And also you can use, so that's number one, drying before storage. The second one is improve storage facility. You use a tight container, like if people that know Ziploc bag, I'll show you what it looks like. You can use that to like store up your farm produce and make it airtight. If it's vegetable, like fruits or vegetables and all of that works well if you use improved storage facility as like airtight bag or container. And also the third thing is the temperature that you have to also consider. For instance, the fish I mentioned, you can use refrigerator to freeze your fish, or you can dry it to store it up. So either way saves you losses after harvesting. Then the next one, to reduce post-harvest losses, is pest control. Yes, pest control, because most times after harvesting you see that pest or rodent is already eating your farm produce. If it's tubers, or if it's not only tubers, you get weevils in grains, beans, rice, and all of that. So you have to ensure proper pest control to minimize post-harvest losses. Then you can also use we talked about refrigerator, that's under preservation. Refrigerator, cold storage for fruits, vegetables, fish, like that. You can use refrigerator. The drying or dehydration method rather. So you can use sun drying. For people that have been asking us on our previous video, how do you do your cassava, which is what we're going to do in detail video when we're giving training on cassava processing. You can do sun drying, you can use solar drying, you can even use oven to dry it. So with that, you reduce the moisture content and you increase the shelf life for that produce, whether it's cassava or whatever you're drying. This drying also works for grains, fruits, fish, and even vegetables. So like there was one of a supplier last year who supplied paddy rice. On getting to the warehouse, paddy rice moisture content went from what he said it was to like 28. Why was that so? Because the paddy rice was not properly dried. It was not fully dried rather. The moisture content was very high, and he now put it in a container truck. You understand? So of course the goods was rejected. So to avoid this, rejection, losses. Proper drying is very important for your grain. For those that are doing commodity trading, proper drying is very important. Then another method is canning or bottling. This is also suitable for vegetables, and for those that say they want to go into tomato paste business, this is another thing you have to consider. Proper canning for your vegetables, most especially like the tomato I mentioned. You know that when you finish after harvesting, wash it and all of that, process it and can it, it extends the shelf life, make it stays longer instead of spoiling. So with that, you can make more money. Actually, you make more money if you're able to process your farm produce into something else, and you also reduce the losses if you just want to sell it like that directly. So after this, following these steps to minimize losses, another thing you have to do or consider is value addition strategies. I say it every time. Value addition transform agricultural raw materials into processed products, and it increases the shelf life, and it also gives you higher market value. For instance, if you want to sell raw cassava now, we know what the price is, but if you're processing it into something else, you sell it at a higher price. So if you're considering making more money from agriculture, then you should consider adding value to whatever you're selling. Rice, coconut. People now do coconut as a business. After harvesting your coconuts, talking of coconut, if you have not ordered your Malaysian dwarf, I don't know what you're waiting for. So people now sell coconut water. How do you do that? After harvesting your coconut, break it, get the water, and you can even flavor it, add ginger and all of that. If you need detailed idea on how to go into coconut water business, send us a DM. Okay, so value addition is very important if you want to minimize post-harvest losses. It will help you, and it will help you grow in business. Okay, so we don't plan to make this video too long, but then take note of this. Reducing post-harvest losses requires a combination of good storage, effective preservation, innovative value addition techniques is very important. I'm just keep mentioning this value addition because I know it will save many farmers a lot. So if you implement all of these strategies as a farmer or as a business owner, it can increase your profitability, it enhances food security, and of course it contributes to more sustainable agricultural system, and in return you're making more money. All right guys, on today, see you on our next video. Bye.